You're about to see me attempt the most intense buffet challenge I've ever done in my whole bloated career. Eating only Golden Corral food for 7 days. Yes, it's true. I'm gonna be living in a corral for 1 week. I am nervous, but it is a nice corral. It's gold, it's golden. All jokes aside, I am gonna be eating at Golden Corral for 1 week. Every single piece of food that goes into this cow's mouth for the next 7 days will be from Golden Corral. I am a little nervous, of course, because buffets don't have the best reputation when it comes to cleanliness. Sometimes they can be a little dark-sided, a little sinister. But I have eaten at Golden Corral for 24 hours before and I was fine, so hopefully I'll be fine. We'll see. There's a car. Hey. Hi. Love your boat. I am going to be eating here twice a day, not 3 times, just to kind of help with the budget. I'll be having a brunch type of moment around 11 every day and then a dinner moment around probably 5 or 6. And Miss Corral is the queen of variety. They have tons of food options, so every meal is going to be different. I want to have like a little taco night and like a pizza Italian moment. Basically, I want to try the whole buffet throughout the week. I'm not going to be getting the same things over and over. It won't just be burgers and fries. Don't worry, girlies. I know I get dragged every time that I get a burger anywhere. Everyone's like,
Timmy, get something else. Get filet mignon.
and I will get a lobster if they have it, even if it's still crawling. I don't care. I'm gonna give every meal a score from 1 to 10, and at the end of the video, I'm gonna average together all 14 scores so that we can get one big final Golden Corral score. And of course, I will keep you guys updated on the impacts that Golden Corral has on all of this body, all of this, and I'm gonna keep track of how much I spend throughout the week. I have 14 opportunities to, take a trip to Koreatown. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but if it does, so be it. Give this video a big thumbs up if you're enjoying it. It is the easiest way to support little old me and my whole career. Also subscribe if you're new here. I make food content, fast food, restaurant food, buffets. It's 11:30 a.m. Let's go have our first meal. Day 1. The adventure begins. So right at the entrance, they have a sign that says, "Welcome home, you are family." That is so touching, but it's missing the matching live, laugh, love sign. I thought we could start the video with a nice little video scan of the buffet, just so you can get an idea of what I'll be eating throughout the whole week. As you can see, we have a wide array of grease and burgers and more grease and also beans as well. My thousands of taste buds are excited, but my stomach is panicking. There's some baked potatoes, some rolls, some, I think, zucchini. Yeah, zucchini, carrots, spinach, soups, because they're good for the soul, just like that book once said, and a bunch of desserts, puddings, jellos, jiggly jellos, cakes, pies, desserts, baked goods, everything you can think of. They have it all. Oh, and ice cream too. And cobblers. Oh my goodness. This is what I got for my first meal of the week. I did get it just to annoy everyone watching. But I also was kind of craving a burger, right? And I got a lot of toppings, mustard, little fried shrimp as well, and some steak fries, which really don't even look like beef. I don't know why they're called steak fries. And chili. And then also a slice of this like birthday cake looking thing. So yay! I went to the president of Golden Corral and I said, I want to eat there for a week. I want to make history. So I got this massive burger. It's like, this is made for that giant girl from British Terabithia. It's very her. I got this burger because I just felt like we should get the burger over with first thing because it's the most basic thing here, right? Let's first try the soup now. I don't have a spoon in this little packet. It's fine. I'll use a fork. Okay. Ooh, look at the cheese. Yes, I got cheese from the salad area. I got creative. I'm a huge fan of chili. It is the one thing that I cook that I'm actually good at cooking. I love all kinds of chili, spicy, Texasy, all that. This, to me, doesn't even taste like chili. It tastes like a bitter, stinky broth. It kind of tastes like a fart. I'm not even joking. It kind of does, guys. It tastes like someone needs Beano and possibly an exorcism as well. It actually just tastes really bad. It has a very bitter, almost burnt, old flavor to it. And it doesn't even resemble chili in my opinion. Now the cheese is cheesing, it's stretching, and it does add a nice saltiness, but there's no saving that chili. What a horrible start to the week. You guys know, there are some things at Golden Corral that I've absolutely loved in the past, so I'm not a food snob. I'm not like, this is Golden Corral's item, so it's disgusting. No, I eat so much trash, like a raccoon. I will eat anything. Let's try one of these little fried shrimps. You guys know I'm not a huge seafood fan, but I'm gonna expand my horizons and my oceans as well. You know, that's a little fishier than the shrimp that I'm used to, but it's not too fishy. Like, I'm not like not able to handle it. I can handle this. It has a nice soft texture. A lot of shrimp can be rubbery. It's not. And the breading's nice and crispy. So it's good. Let's make my burger now. I love ketchup and mustard on my burger. So I'm gonna add both. Some ketchup, and I'm gonna add some ketchup for the fries as well onto the plate. I just dropped some shrimps. I'm gonna pick them up, I promise. Guys, don't swim away. And I got some tomato. And I love pickles on a burger. They add so much freshness. The last time that I tried Golden Corral's burger, I just had it plain because I was lazy. But this is my whole meal today. I'm gonna make it as delicious as possible. Yeah, okay. The bun is extremely fluffy. It's a lot fluffier than your typical burger bun. And it's also nice and grilled, so that adds kind of like a more steakhousey flavor. Now, the patty itself does taste extremely basic, almost like a Bubba burger one that like you just make in your little pan at home. So it's very, very, very simple, but it gets the job done. And the pickles add a nice tang. With condiments, I think it's actually pretty good. Maybe the Corral really is made of gold. Now let's try these steak fries, which seem to be quite deflated. They've been through it, but it's still a potato and it's valid. Let's try it. You know, the Guy Fieri says that Flavor Town exists. It's like his version of Narnia. This fry drove in the opposite direction. They said, I will never visit Flavor Town. I will never be a part of that. Completely flavorless, not fluffy on the inside, not crispy on the outside. Tastes like it's been fried in old oil. The Tin Man would say that's a potato that I want to eat because it might loosen me up a bit. But for me, Timmy, a real life human being, it just tastes too much like oil for me and it's just not good at all. So at least I have the burger. It is now time for our first dessert of the week, some sort of a birthday cake. I kind of love that. First of all, it has festive flavors. The sprinkles add a small crunch. The pink layer, I think, is a strawberry cake, so there's a little bit of fruitiness in there. And I'm not talking about myself. Super fluffy, super moist. It tastes like a really good boxed cake. And then the frosting isn't too sweet, actually. A lot of frostings can be too sweet for little old me. But this is like kind of tangy and more of a cream cheese frosting. So I'm going to give meal one overall a 5 out of 10. I loved the dessert. I liked the burger. I did not like the fries or the chili. So I feel like that's a nice middle ground. Okay, guys, it's raining a little bit. It's dinner time. I'm at the second location. I'm feeling great. I'm very hungry. And I am at a different location because if I go to the same one for all 14 meals, they're going to be like, who is this bald-headed Eggman filming every day? It would be too much. So I'm going to rotate them. Anyways, let's go inside. This is what I got for my first dinner of the week. I wanted to do sort of like a pulled pork comforting food theme. So I got some mashed potatoes with some gravy, pulled pork with barbecue sauce, and a nice helping of corn, undigestible but hopefully delicious, and a nice gorgeous slice of chocolate pie with a whipped cream topping. So I have my beautiful pulled pork meal here. I'm so excited. I have to talk about something serious though. I saw a grown man getting macaroni totally normally. Love that. A single macaroni fell onto the buffet counter. He picked it up with his hands and he put it in his mouth. I am not judging him. I'm just worried about him and the germs that he may have intaken. Anyways, let's try the corn. We're gonna need some salt. Right there, you know. It's not bad. This cob is quite buttery, so we love that. The texture's just a little mushy in a rice kind of way. This corn is serving rice. I kind of like it. I do. I just need salt. Oh, the mashed potatoes and gravy. Wow. The potatoes are much better than I remember. I remember them being really bad. You know what they taste like? They taste like in the refrigerated section of the store next to the cold cuts. There's like containers of mac and cheese and mashed potatoes by Zaddy Bob Evans. Who is he? I don't know, but he's a Zaddy. It's like that quality. It tastes more fresh than powdered, but there's still a processed quality to it. But it tastes good. It's creamy. There is actually a slight sour cream flavor, and I love sour cream. I could drink sour cream by itself. And the gravy is sort of like a classic turkey gravy, and I'm really enjoying it. Wow. You know what's interesting? Every time that I've tried Golden Corral, I've always gotten tons of things all at once, and I've tried them like back to back, and I haven't really been able to enjoy and savor the flavors of gold. And today I feel like I am. And the potatoes really get better as you eat them. So let's try this pulled pork. I think I've had this, right? Have I? And I put some barbecue sauce on it. Oh my goodness. If this pig could talk, it would first of all say, and it would also say, I know that I'm in a corral. I'm not meant to be here. I don't think I belong here. This is a place for cows, but if I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna make a statement. And that's what it did. Truly, this is fantastic pork. It has flavor, it's tender. Well, not that piece, that was pretty tough. But it is legit quality pork, a lot better than most buffet meats. And the fact that a meat this good is all you can eat, like, this doesn't feel right. I have to investigate. There's something going on here. So far, this meal is fantastic. This is the chocolate pie. Ooh, it feels very thick. Wow, a lot denser than it looks. It's gone. Is that pie Dua Lipa? It said, I come and I go. Very Houdini inspired. The chocolate filling tastes like when you make a box of instant chocolate pudding and you don't mix it well enough and there's little chocolate powder blobs floating to the top. They turn kind of doughy and slimy. That's the best part of instant pudding. And this tastes like chocolate pudding blobs. And the whipped cream really lightens it up. And the crust was just super simple, almost like a little shortbread cookie moment. Fantastic. Guys, I'm going to give this meal a nice strong 9 out of 10. Maybe I am meant to be in this corral after all. Day 2. The sun is so bright I can't open my eyes. I am here a little earlier today. It's like, I think like 9:45 because I was craving like a breakfast feast and they're serving breakfast right now. Eggs, bacon, potatoes, tomatoes. I am feeling great so far. No issues, no trips to Koreatown. Everything is good. But it's only day 2, so hopefully the rest of the week is this peaceful. This is my breakfast feast. Now I am noticing that the portion does look a bit dainty, but I promise it was not. It was filling. I got, of course, a biscuit and gravy. You guys know I can't pass up a biscuit and gravy. And I also got the hash brown casserole. Guys, they have hash brown casserole. And a sausage. Just sitting there alone, plus a mini waffle with this apple pie topping type thing. Looked amazing. And a cinnamon roll. Brunch is served. I got mostly breakfast stuff that I've never had, like the hash brown casserole. So I'm super hyped. If it tastes anything like Cracker Barrel's hash brown casserole, I'm gonna levitate through the Golden Corral ceiling into a different plane of existence because I love that casserole. It honestly means a lot to me. So let's try the hash brown casserole. Looks very cheesy. So obviously I'm still here. I did not levitate to a different realm. In fact, I almost sank down to the crust of the earth. I've never met a potato-based casserole I didn't love. This is the first one. Hello, nice to meet you. The hash browns, first of all, taste undercooked to me. They're still crunchy. There's barely any cheesy flavor, but there is a strong sweetness and a very strong onioniness. Now, I love onions. Smell that? That's proof. But this is so oniony, it tastes like an onion casserole, something that the Grinch would enjoy. There's also a bitter aftertaste, and the top is very crusty, not in a crispy way. Let's hope the sausage is a little better. First of all, it's cooked perfectly, very crispy. It just has that classic breakfast sausage flavor and texture. It's salty. It's a little bit sweet, smoky, delicious. Very happy with that. Now let's try the biscuit and gravy. Now, I feel like I've had this maybe in the past. I'm not sure. It's really not bad. In fact, I really like the biscuit. I think it has a very interesting, extra doughy, kind of dense texture that I'm really liking, and the outside's really crispy and buttery. The gravy, though, for a sausage gravy, is lacking a lot of sausage flavor. It just honestly kind of tastes like a milk gravy. Like the sausage didn't show up. She said, I'll be there. And then she stayed home to watch Netflix. But it is still creamy, and I do think that it goes well with the biscuit. I just wish it had more flavor, but it's not bad at all. Now it's time for the 2 sweet items. Let's do this apple-covered waffle. Ooh, fluffy. That is very good. I'm not slayed, but it's good. The apple stuff just tastes like canned apple pie filling, which is fine with me. I could drink it. Give me a straw. Make sure it's paper though. We love the turtles. And the waffle itself was, first of all, very crispy, very fluffy, and it was a little sweeter than your typical waffle. It tastes like waffle batter mixed with cake batter, in a sense. And it was a good combo. I liked it. Okay, last but not least, the cinnamon Cinnamon, cinnamon, cinnamon roll. It looks very goopy and gooey. Look at that texture. It almost looks like dough. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Wow. That is fantastic. It reminds me of the cinnamon rolls that McDonald's used to serve back in the early 2000s that were so magical and so good. Yes, thank you so much. But just doughier and possibly a little undercooked, but I didn't mind it because it just made it gooier and ooier. Is ooier a word? Ooey. Perfect amount of cinnamon flavor, perfect amount of sweetness. I loved it. You know what? This overall was a pretty good breakfast besides that sinister hash brown casserole. I am going to give it a nice 7 out of 10. It was very enjoyable. So I really wanted to do like a taco fiesta kind of night, but they didn't have taco shell. So I made nachos instead. They also didn't have nacho cheese. So I just put the meat and some shredded cheese and some jalapenos and sour cream. I also got refried beans, which looked kind of suspicious, but you'll see what happens. And then I got some rice and I got some carne asada, which looked extra pink. The cow is still mooing and it doesn't know why it's in a golden corral. Why am I here? And for dessert, it doesn't look like much, but I got the bread pudding, the iconic Golden Corral bread pudding. Okay, guys, so this place is packed today. There are so many people here. It makes me a little nervous, but I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's first try the nachos. Mm-hmm. Oh. These nachos are so much better than they look. They don't even need nacho cheese, I swear. So the meat is tacoing. The meat is surprisingly so good. I'm like talking Taco Bell level good. A lot of people like to say they don't like that seasoned beef at Taco Bell, but we all know that it's the filet mignon of fast food meat. It is amazing. And this tastes almost exactly like it. It has so much flavor and it actually tastes a lot better than like taco seasoning packet, you know? The cheese is adding some saltiness, the sour cream is adding refreshingness, the jalapeno is adding a little bit of spice, but the chips are a little not stale, but stale in texture. They remind me of a taco shell before you cook it in the microwave. You know what I'm talking about? How like you have to like heat it up like to make it crunchy. Otherwise it has this like really hard stale texture. That's how these chips are. But all the toppings are so good, I don't even care, truly. I could eat this for the rest of the 7 days and be happy. I don't even need the buffet. Just give me a taco bar and I'm done. I ate all the nachos and I may have to get seconds after filming. Anyways, let's try the rice. Oh, hello, Mr. Zatarans. The rice definitely doesn't taste like Mexican rice or Spanish rice. It tastes more like microwavable chicken flavored rice, like the kind that comes in the 90-second packet, but it's kind of good. Now let's try the refried beans. Wow. Why is that so good? I expected some canned, processed, refried bean mush. These taste fresh. There's whole beans in this, first of all. They have that salty kind of lard flavor. In case if you don't know, most refried beans are made with like fat or like lard. It also makes them so delicious. These taste like sit-down restaurant refried beans. I'm kind of shook. I swear this video is going to turn me into a Golden Corral fan. I have been loving so many things. Now it's time to try the carne asada. I am a little petrified, because that's a pretty rare meat to eat from a buffet. Typically, you know, you go for the safer items. But I'm gonna try it because I'm the one that has to, right? So that you don't have to. The flavor was not horrible. The flavor actually has a nice sort of, what's that green sauce called? Not churrasco, not chorizo. No, not pesto. Giada, quiet down. What is it? I know the name. I just had it the other day. Future editing Timmy can tell you. It's chimichurri. How could you forget that? Especially because your head is so massive, it couldn't retain that. Thank you, future Timmy. Know it all. That's the flavor profile, so that's good. The texture is what got me. It doesn't have the texture of steak or even rare steak. It has the texture of eraser or truck tire. I just couldn't do it, guys. I'm so sorry. I really do not like to be dramatic about food and be like, this is disgusting, but I really could not handle that. And I need you to be understanding in this situation. Last but not least, we have the bread pudding. Now, I did have this during one of my past Golden Corral videos, and when I tell you it's one of the best things I've ever eaten, it is. So I'm excited to try it again today. Oh my gosh. That bread pudding is worth the price of the meal alone. I'm not joking. It is the best bread pudding I've had in my life. It doesn't have that crust flavor like some bread puddings do. It just tastes almost like a croissant or a brioche in a cream cheesy, nutmeggy, cinnamony goop that just soaks through but doesn't make it soggy. It still has a nice bite to it. Just truly the best thing ever. So besides the carne asada, dinner was pretty much a slay. The beans, the nachos, and the bread pudding. I'm gonna give this meal a very strong 8 out of 10. Golden Corral continues to surprise me. Day 3! And yes, I am at another location. So this is my day 3 update. I have been stuck on the toilet since last night. I'm just kidding. Timmy, don't tempt fate. But if that did happen to me, it would have definitely been the carne asada. I'm actually feeling fantastic, thankfully, and I actually feel very light. Like, I feel less bloated than I was a couple days ago for some reason. So Golden Corral might be the next Lean Cuisine. I'm here for it. So I noticed that this location had a massive breakfast buffet. So I decided to have another breakfast feast. I got pancakes with strawberry sauce, and then I also got some scrambled eggs. Zoom in, Timmy. Thank you. Scrambled eggs and some cottage fries. I've never heard of cottage fries in my life, but they look like dried up toenails. And then I also got some hash browns, which look actually great, and some very crispy looking bacon. Breakfast feast part 2. What are cottage fries? Were they made in someone's cottage? Does Snow White have a deep fryer? Let's first try the hash browns. Oh. They are extremely oily. I feel like someone just sprayed Pam in my mouth, but otherwise, they have a really good fresh hash brown flavor. The potatoes don't taste like those boxed Hungry Jack hash browns. They taste fresh. I don't know if they are, but they do. And they're nice and crispy, and they're perfectly salted. A lot of hash browns can be saltless, but not these. Now let's try the bacon. Crispy. I will say, amazing texture at first. Extremely crispy, but once you start chewing it, it gets an extremely greasy texture. I feel like this pig had extra grease in it. I don't know if it didn't wash its hair or what, but it's just so much grease, and you can literally feel it coating your mouth as you chew. So once the crispiness fades away, you're just left with a mouthful of crummy grease. I think the flavor's a little disrespectful, and I don't want any more of it. Let's try the scrambled eggs. Those are pretty nice, guys. You know, they are a little liquidy in the sense that they might be a little undercooked, but sometimes I prefer my scrambled eggs to be a little liquidy because it's a lot better than them being rubbery. At least they have that creamy factor left in them, you know? I wouldn't say they taste fresh, but they don't taste powdered, so that's nice. They have a buttery flavor. They're nice and salted. I'm happy with them. Okay, let's try the cottage potatoes. I feel like Snow White didn't choke on an apple. She choked on a cottage potato. It is giving cottage. I feel like it has the same flavor as like a cottage wall or possibly a moldy bathroom floor. First of all, the texture is just mushy and floppy, girl. That was a growl. The beast came out. And the flavor really just tastes like old oil. Just like the steak fries, it doesn't have any other flavor besides ancient vats of grease. Why does that sound like something from a history book? This meal has been kind of a mess. Hopefully the pancakes eat so that I can eat. Okay, texture seems nice. That's how they look. Thank you. Wow. These are fantastic. Are they like more special than other pancakes? No, but they taste just as good as any Denny's pancakes, IHOP pancakes, any like mainstream restaurant pancake. Very fluffy, griddled, buttery flavor. The strawberry sauce is so delicious. It has that strawberry shortcake vibe. And the syrup tastes nice too. They're gone. Okay, so the pancakes slayed, but because almost everything was either mediocre or flat out, disgusting, I'm gonna have to give this meal a 4 out of 10. I think it's my lowest so far, right? Surprise, surprise, I was not full, so I got some nachos. This location actually had nacho cheese, so I finally got to try it, guys. And I just kept it simple with a lot of jalapenos. We love a little spicy moment. And let me tell you, this nacho cheese was good. It was normal. It was like any other kind of cheap, kind of processed, but still good queso. And I enjoyed it. I did. I felt like it was a nice little dessert to my breakfast. So for my next meal, I did a pizza and salad theme. Yes, that's a theme. I feel like pizza and salad go very well together. Freshness and oopy goopy cheesiness. I got a piece of cheese pizza, a piece of pepperoni pizza, and on my salad, I got tons of ranch, boatloads of it, cheese, hard-boiled eggs, jalapeno, and crouton. And I got 2 desserts because I was born with 2 sweet tooths, actually. I got a banana pudding and this apple pie crusty thing. So let's start with something light. My cheese-coated salad. This looks so good. I just didn't see any bacon bits or sunflower seeds. And I love adding bacon bits and sunflower seeds to my salad. I want to feel like a bird eating seeds, but it's fine. Let's try it. This ranch, Zaddy Golden, has an amazing salad bar, truly. Ranch just went up my nose and on my glasses. Okay, so the ranch is amazing. It's very milky. It's still there. Oh, it's all smudgy now. It's very milky, and it just tastes like good restaurant ranch. It has that strong ranch seasoning. It's mayonnaise-y in a good way. And the croutons are nice and big and crunchy. The lettuce is really crisp too. Also, if you haven't had jalapenos on a salad, you have to try it. The tanginess just upgrades the ranch so much. Wow. Overall, amazing ranch, amazing salad. I'm kind of shook right now. And it's a pizza party. So we have cheese and pepperoni. Let's first try the cheese. I think I've had Golden Corral's pizza, but I don't remember if I liked it. It's very cheesy. Look at that. That is genuinely fantastic trash pizza. And by trash pizza, I mean it's so bad that it's good. It is giving Chuck E. Cheese bowling alley pizza, but a little bit better. Like the cheese doesn't feel like that really processed, disintegrating cheese. This has actual stretch to it. It does feel real. And the crust is surprisingly fluffy. And the tomato sauce really does just taste like sweet tomato sauce, but that's fine with me. I think that it works and I'm really enjoying it. Look at that pepperoni. She said, I'm gonna hold on forever. The pepperoni. The pepperoni's made it taste even trashier and even better. Because sometimes the more rotten and nasty the trash is, the better it tastes. The pepperonis add a little bit more saltiness, a little bit more kick, and it just upgrades it. I really love the pizza. It's so bad. It sounds so good, guys. I feel like a horse eating all these greens. Look at me. Time for the banana pudding. By the way, I just want to say something. I have been enjoying a lot of Golden Corral food, and I don't want that to take away my credibility as a taste tester. I'm enjoying it for what it is, buffet food. It obviously does not compare to Texas Roadhouse or something like that, like a sit-down restaurant. But for a buffet, I think they have some really good options. Some really good options, you know? Okay, so this seems to have banana chunks, little Nilla cookie wafer moments in here, situation type deals. Oh, look at that cakey Nilla cookie. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is it. Wow. I'm trying to scoop it out with my fork. It's not working. I was kidding. I'm not going to do that. I still have some class left in me. Like this much. That banana pudding could rival any high-class banana pudding. Like, that doesn't taste like instant pudding. That tastes better. This is not buffet quality. This is sit-down restaurant quality. Oh, it's really creamy. I almost feel like there was like whipped cream like folded into it slowly. That's like the vibe and texture that it has. There's a ton of Nilla cookies in there, which really upgrades it. And the bananas in there also taste fresh, not mushy. Fantastic pudding. Hello. Last but not least, we have the apple pie. It's steaming hot. Oh. This is great. Not as good as the pudding, but it's still really good. The crust is the best part. It has tons of cinnamon and sugar on it, so it's nice and sweet and a little crispy. It's also a very thick crust, and it has a biscuity texture to it. So that's fantastic. The only thing that's kind of lacking is the apple pie filling. It's good. It just tastes a little more processed than the apples that I had on the waffle for some reason. Remember that? But I did genuinely like it. Anyways, this was a great meal. One of the best so far. I'm gonna have to give this meal a nice strong 8 out of 10. Yeah. Day 4. Is it day 4? Yeah, it is. It's day 4. Hey, bros. It's day 4. And your bro is feeling good. My stomach is so alpha that nothing can hurt it, honestly. In all seriousness, I'm still feeling great. A lot of times salad can take me to Koreatown. You guys know I eat a lot of greasy food, so salad actually is what my stomach isn't used to. Or it's the buckets of ranch that I put onto my salads. But anyways, there was no salad-ria, nothing happened. So I'm excited for day 4. We are basically at the halfway point and I'm ready to party. So this is another comfort foodie type of thing that's going on here on this day. I got some potato salad, which looks quite vile, if I'm being 100% honest, quite disgusting. And then I also got a slice of cheesecake, very thick crust. Okay, move on, Timmy. Next. And then I also got this fried pork chop, which looked quite crispy, buttery, flaky. And I also got some cornbread. I love that the cornbread is sliced like cake. It just makes it look so much more delicious. And last but not least, I got this awesome pot roast. Yes, it's called awesome pot roast for some reason. I feel like that's something Guy Fieri would name his pot roast. So I wanted to be a little more adventurous today and try some things that looked a little questionable. They could be good too. Don't judge a pork chop by its cover. Let's first try the cornbread. I love cornbread, so I'm ready. Ooh, it's very fluffy and it has like buttery stuff on top of it. There's a fly. We're at Golden Corral. It's a classy establishment. I'm a big cornbread stan. And the cornbread itself is okay. I feel like it could have more of a cornbread flavor. It's just a little light in flavor. It's actually almost serving like less sweet, plain pound cake and not cornbread, but there is a hint of corn in there. There is one little kernel stuck somewhere. What I don't like is the topping. The topping tastes like, I can't believe it's not butter. I have said this before and I'll say it again. If it's not butter, what is it? Tell us or I'm not gonna buy it. It just has that really fake, almost like theater butter flavor. And I hate that. I like real butter from the farms in Ireland with little salt crystals. Next up, let's try this pot roast. So let's get a chunk of meat. Ooh, that really fell apart. Here we go. It's not horrible, but something's wrong. Something sinister is afoot, sisters. It's actually quite tender and it does fall apart like a pot roast should. But is the color like really light or is that just me? It looks like a light pink and the flavor is off. It's almost like it tastes like pot roast, but it's like something else pretending to be pot roast. It tastes like it's been made with pot roast extract, but it's not actually pot roast. I'm sure it's real, but something about it is weird to me. Let's try one of the potatoes. The gravy that this pot roast is in is actually quite nice. It's beefy. It's actually slightly creamy. Like there's a little dairy quality to it, sorry. And it adds a lot of flavor to this tater. Now let's try the potato salad. Now this actually might be egg salad. I didn't see a label over it. And when I saw it, I was like, that's potato salad. But now the texture is really kind of giving cottage cheese egg salad, right? Oh, no, there's a potato in there. Okay. That is the sweetest potato salad I've ever had. It was so sweet. It tastes like someone was, oh yeah, me? Oh yeah, I'm good. Thank you so much. It tastes like someone was making ice cream and potato salad at the same time. And they got a little confused and they were like, which is which? And they just put a whole vat of sugar into the potato salad. It also sort of has a Miracle Whip flavor to it. And I despise Miracle Whip, okay? I'm a Hellmann's girly and I don't even like mayonnaise that much. But if I had to choose, it would be Hellmann's. But I do like to call it Heavenman's. The other name is too dark-sided. It's just so sweet. I can't taste anything else. Okay, so far lunch is a flop. But let's try the pork cutlet thing. Okay. This is delicious. This is the texture on the inside. Okay. The pork on the inside, it tastes real. It tastes lean. The coating on the outside is literally just like good fried chicken coating. It's nice and salty. It almost has sort of like a little bit of a tangy buttermilkiness in there. It's good. It's tangy. It's crispy. It is a little oily, but I do like it. Last but not least, cheesecake. The crust is so thick, it's like half of the cheesecake. Okay. So I'm actually glad the crust is so thick because it's the best part. It's really buttery, and it has that strong graham cracker flavor. Very crispy. The filling isn't that great, though. It really tastes like one of those no-bake cheesecakes you can get in the pudding aisle if you're feeling extra lazy. So it's not bad. It just tastes more like pudding than cheesecake. So lunch was interesting. We tried a lot of new things. Overall, it has to be a 3, guys. I'm sorry. I know that the pork thing was good, but nothing else was great or really even good. So 3 it is. Wow. So for dinner, I got the bourbon chicken with white rice and steamed broccoli. It's sort of like an Asian cuisine inspired moment with a couple of random sides, including a hush puppy. If you haven't had one, it's a little fried ball of goodness. And then I also got some chicken noodle soup. That chicken looks very suspicious. We're not gonna trust her. And then I also got a smushed blueberry pie. I don't know what happened to her, but she snapped. Okay, I actually got a really big portion of this bourbon chicken, so I hope it's really good today. Let's first try the chicken noodle soup for the soul. I'm angry right now. Why does the chicken noodle soup have the same old bitterness that the chili had when they're completely different soups? Hello. Oh, it's just me. Yeah.
You're drinking some water?
Yes, thank you so much. Just like with Miss Chili, Miss Campbell's here doesn't taste good. I feel like chicken noodle doesn't have to be amazing. It can even just taste kind of watery and still be decent. It's chicken noodle. It can get by. But the broth just almost tastes like an old oak tree. Editing Timmy just realized that filming Timmy really didn't elaborate on that very odd description. Let me make it make sense. The flavor was like smoky in a rotten way. So it tasted almost like a burnt wood that has been in the forest for 800 years. And then the extract from that wood was dripped into a chicken noodle soup. That was the flavor. Thank you. I'm not disgusted. I can have multiple bites of it, but I would not get it again. The hush puppy. I think I've had this before and I think I liked it. I remember that vaguely. This is it. That is not just a good hush puppy. That's a great hush puppy. In fact, that's a hush dog. It tastes like an onion ring, like fully, but it's less oily than an onion ring. And the texture on the inside is this like doughy, bready deliciousness. So it's like a really thick onion ring with no onion. That made me very happy. I feel like that put me on a new course with this challenge. It was that good. Now let's try the steamed broccoli. It should just taste like a flavorless vegetable. That's what I'm expecting. Yeah. It's like a flavorless vegetable with a hint of extra earth. There's a little bit of a dirt flavor in there. And some people enjoy earthy flavors, people that I don't understand, but some people do. I don't. If something tastes like dirt, I avoid it. Hi, I'm good, how are you? Oh, thank you. So it's not horrible broccoli. I could just do without the mud. Now let's try the bourbon chicken with the rice. Oh. Wow. This is a lot better than I remembered. That's definitely chicken thigh. It's like dark meat chicken, but it's lean dark meat chicken. I didn't taste any bits of gooiness, nothing icky. We don't like icky things, but it's very tender. It has such a strong flavor. There's a soy sauciness and a strong brown sugariness, yet somehow it's not too sweet. It's garlicky. It's delicious. I would for sure get this again. Also, the rice tastes well cooked, tastes normal, typical white rice, plain. So I'm so happy. Let's try the blueberry pie. I have never been a huge fan of blueberry pie. Back in the day, me and my sisters would each make a pie for Thanksgiving. And my sister Sarah always made the blueberry one. And I love my sister so much, but I never got into her pie. Maybe it was her fault. I love you, Salita. I always chose to make pumpkin pie, which is the best Thanksgiving pie. And if you disagree, you're wrong. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone has different tastes, of course. I accept you, but you're wrong. Let's try this blueberry pie. See if it's better than my sister's. Okay. Yeah. I really like the blueberry filling. This is like one of the first times that I've really liked a blueberry filling. It's sweet, syrupy, a tiny bit of lemony tang. But what I don't like here is the crust, to be honest. The crust is serving processed Pop-Tart, which is kind of surprising to me because all the other crusts that I've had here have eaten. And this one's not. This one just tastes really processed and it has a weird soft texture that just isn't crust-like. So yeah, anyways, overall, the main entree and the hush puppy slayed. adored them. And so even though everything else was mediocre, I'm gonna still give this meal a 7 out of 10. Very nice, Golden. Okay. Day 5. I've eaten 9 Golden Corral meals. So update, I am still feeling great, shocker. Stomach of Steel is still staying strong. I am missing eating at other places. This is my first like one restaurant week-long challenge. And I think it's starting to get to me a little bit. I think I missed the freedom of eating anywhere I went to. I was really craving some vegetables and some fresh greens. So I got some chicken tenders. They look very nice, a little pale but cute. And I got some mac and cheese. Very yellow, very bright and neon. And then I also got a tostone and some red skin potatoes. They're called like bliss potatoes or something like that. And a whole soup bowl of ranch. Every meal should automatically come with a soup bowl full of ranch. That should be one of the rules of our country. And then I also got a slice of carrot cake. See, vegetables. By the way, I did shave my head yesterday, so if I look a little extra shiny, a little more round, that's why. Let's first try the tostone. As you guys know, I'm half Cuban. And being a half Cuban, I have eaten a lot of tostones in the past. If you don't know what a tostone is, it's basically a fried plantain that's been squashed. And if you don't know what a plantain is, it's kind of like a salty banana. Let's see Golden Corral's take on my culture. Half of my culture. Okay. Let me dip into the ranch. Tostones and ranch are a good combo. I just found this out. This is not bad at all. I've had some bad tostones which have been overly fried or fried in old oil or just super greasy. This is actually nice and fluffy on the inside. It's crispy on the outside. It's not greasy. It is salted, which is appreciated. Under-salted plantains, disrespectful. All it needs is some lime and some garlic sauce, but honestly, the ranch works. The ranch adds a nice tang. It's super creamy, and Golden Corral has amazing ranch, so. Now let's try the chicken tender. This is a big tender, guys. Look at that. Oh, I should try it without ranch first, right? Let's do this side. That's the texture on the inside. Oh, with ranch. Besties, listen, is that a basic tender? Yes, it is, but that doesn't mean it's bad. The quality is very good. It is not a Mattress Firm foamy chicken patty. It is real chicken in there, but even some low quality real chicken has a weird plasticiness to it. This doesn't. This just tastes like a high quality tendy. The breading is super simple. It doesn't have tons of seasonings, but it does taste salted. And it's crispy and it's not greasy. So it's a nice vessel for sauces. And with the ranch, it's actually fantastic. It's like sit-down restaurant chicken tender quality because the ranch adds all the seasonings that it needs. So it balances it and it makes it a really nice, tender experience. You know, this chicken might have not been the most popular gobbler in the coop because she is a little reserved. She is sometimes sitting in the corner by herself. But guess what? She's real. Thank you so much. Now let's try the mac and cheese. It's very underwhelming. So it tastes like your typical processed mac and cheese, but with less flavor. So like, you know, like KFC mac and cheese, even that has more flavor than this. I just need more cheesy kick. Right now, this is kind of serving Alfredo sauce. And it's not a bad Alfredo sauce, but I want mac and cheese. I want the sharpness. I want my mac and cheese to serve Wolverine. But it's not bad, it's just plain pasta. Now let's try the Red Bliss potatoes. They look very seasoned. Looks can be deceiving, girlies. This really just tastes like a plain cooked red potato with a teeny tiny bit of cayenne, like a tiny bit of spice. But other than that, it just really serves fresh from the earth, fresh from the dirt, boiled in water, served onto a plate. That was my spoken word. I hope you enjoyed it. Very lackluster, very disappointing. Now it's time for the carrot cake. Guys, poor Olaf. Look what he sacrificed for us. Something about the texture, first of all, kind of gave me the shivers from my ingrown toenail to my ingrown hair follicle. I think there might be either raisins or soggy nuts in there that gave my teeth a chalkboard feeling. That's not a good feeling. It also has a slight refrigerator flavor. I have mentioned refrigerator flavors before. It's when things taste like they've been sitting next to other random food in the fridge and they kind of take in random essences. And the frosting was extremely sweet. I feel like if it was in a thinner layer, I could have enjoyed it more, but there was so much frosting that it was just a lot. So I am grateful that the tostone and the chicken tender were both slays. I'm gonna probably go and get some more chicken tenders in a second, but otherwise everything was very meh. So I'm gonna give this meal a 6 out of 10. I think that's fair. For dinner, I got a very shiny roll that could double as a highlighter as well. And then I also got some barbecue chicken. It looks very nice. Some baked beans. And then I also got some stuffing, soggy toast, and some chicken with cheese and bacon on it. And then for dessert, I got these gorgeous little slices of chocolate cake. Let's first try this gorgeous, shiny, glistening roll. Oh. I feel like I have a layer of lip gloss. The butteriness, wow. That's okay, you know, I feel like it's a very standard, simple roll. It tastes better than the sandwich bread, but it doesn't taste as good as like a homemade roll. You know, it's like right in the middle there. And also there's like a coating of grease on it. I think that it might be the same stuff that's on the cornbread, I can't believe that it is margarine stuff. And I feel like that just makes it taste a little less good. There's just no need for that grease unless if it's real butter. Then it's gonna elevate it. If it's not real, it's gonna downgrade it. Let's try the baked beans. Mr. Bush's. We have met before. Tastes like any old canned baked beans. They're not bad. They just have the exact same flavor as Heinz or Bush's baked beans. Let's try this cheesy bacon chicken. You know, it really has zero flavor, but I'm impressed by how juicy it is. It tastes like when you get a rotisserie chicken and you ate all the best parts, all that delicious seasoned skin, the crispiness, and you're just left with plain chicken underneath. That's how this whole piece of chicken tastes. So I don't know where the seasoning went, if it ran off, but it really just tastes like plain chicken with a teeny tiny layer of cheese you can barely taste and very few bacon crumbles that honestly I couldn't taste at all. An invisible swine. Next up, let's try the stuffing. I'm not a huge stuffing person because I've always thought to myself, why make bread soggy? But then again, I adore bread pudding, so I'm a
Hypocrite.
Oh, hey, stovetop, hey queen. That's pretty good, actually. It does taste like instant stuffing, but good instant stuffing. And it tastes like they added some fresh onions, add a little bit of crunch, kind of changes the soggy flavor. Put a little pop in my hair for the teen vogue party. It is well seasoned, it's moist. I like the stuffing, I do. Now let's try the barbecue chicken thigh. What a gorgeous color. I'm just gonna try to rip a chunk off. Okay, that is just too much. Ooh, a piece of skin fell on the floor. Oh my gosh, that poor flap. You okay down there? Okay, this looks very tender. Just to clarify, I am going to pick up the piece of chicken after I'm done eating, okay? This barbecue chicken might be the best chicken I've had here. It's a true slay. The thigh meat is so tender. It actually falls apart, as it should. And the skin has little tiny crispy edges. The barbecue sauce is really smoky, but in a real way, not in that fake smoke, artificial extracty way. This is like, it tastes like it's been slow cooked, even though it probably hasn't, I don't know, but it's just delicious. And the barbecue sauce isn't too sweet. I hate when barbecue sauces are overly sweet. This is not dessert. That's the silver lining of the meal, girlies. Let's try the chocolate cake. This looks so good. Oh, thank you so much. This waiter is the nicest one so far. He's wonderful. The chocolate cake is underwhelming at first, but the more that I eat it, the more I'm loving it. At first, taste bud glance, it tastes like any old kind of dried chocolate cake, but there's an Oreo undertone that I'm really loving, like a cookie-ish vibe in there, but it's subtle. And even though the cake itself is dry, the frosting is quintessential perfect chocolate frosting. I'm not a big frosting person, but chocolate frosting, I adore. Is this perfect? No, but it's good. And I'm gonna finish it right now. Okay, so even though the roll was meh, and the beans were meh, and the chicken wasn't good, the stuffing was great, the chicken was absolutely stunning, and I really ended up loving the chocolate cake. So I'm gonna give this meal a nice strong 7 out of 10. I think it was very promising. I want more chicken and more chocolate cake. Day 6. I don't like the number 6, but I had to say it. I'm sorry. So second to last update, yesterday the challenge was starting to feel a little daunting, but today I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm gonna cherish these last 2 days in the corral. I am running out of meal themes though, so I'm just probably gonna get like anything that I haven't tried for the next 4 meals. Let's do this, girls. I actually managed to make a pretty cohesive plate. All the items are beige, so I got a piece of fried chicken, and I got the drumstick because it's just easier to eat, you know? And then I got some cheesy rice and broccoli casserole and some seasoned potato wedges and some corn pudding, guys. If you don't know what corn pudding is, it's like cornbread casserole, okay? And I got 2 desserts because they were dainty and I was feeling greedy. Little chocolate covered Rice Krispie treat and a little brownie. Isn't it cute? Okay, besties, let's first try a seasoned fry wedge. Catch up. We need you, queen. This is a wedge, guys. For a shoe, it tastes really good. These are definitely better than the Golden Corral steak fries. They don't taste as good as your typical seasoned wedge. Like, I feel like they have 15% of the seasonings that are typically on a wedge, but they are salty enough and they're cooked well. They're fluffy on the inside. So definitely an upgrade. Steak fries, filet mignon fries, ribeye fries, we don't know any of them. Now let's try the broccoli and cheese rice casserole thing. Sorry, there was something extremely gooey in there. Goopy, if you will, Gwyneth, get out of there. This is not part of your brand. I think that there may be chicken in here, and it may have been a blob of chicken blubber, and it was surprising. It felt like the worst surprise party ever. Let me just make sure this next bite doesn't have any pollo in it. Okay, this is not bad. Besides the chicken, it's a pretty good, basic, cheesy broccoli rice casserole. It does have sort of a cream of chicken flavor to it, but it also has a nice cheesy saltiness as well. The broccoli's in little pieces, so it's not too much broccoli. Is it giving sort of like a hamburger helper vibe? Yes, but a good one. Okay, I'm just scared to eat more, but it's good. Now let's try this corn pudding casserole thing. I usually love corn pudding, so I'm ready for it. This does seem a bit thicker than your typical corn pudding, though. Let's see. Wow. Okay. So after this week, I do consider myself a Golden Corral expert. I have studied in the research of Golden Corral flavors and essences at this point. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. And I think that is probably top 3 Golden Corral items. It actually might be one of the best corn puddings I've had ever, and I've had like homemade ones. It's a bit thicker, so it has a corn breadiness to it, but it still has that sweetness and that creaminess that corn pudding is supposed to have. And then the top, it's kind of singed. It looks like a creme brulee corn moment, and it just adds a deepness to the flavor and a richness that is typically not there. I could eat the whole pan, and I'm gonna get more after filming for sure. I'm so impressive. Now it's time for the fried chicken. I really loved the chicken tendies, so let's see. When I first bit into it, it was okay. It just kind of had a super oily, typical fried chicken flavor. The inside of the chicken is actually quite juicy, but the more that I chewed, the oil flavor turned into a fishy flavor. And that's where I draw the line and set a boundary between me and the ocean. I hate when old oil tastes fishy. It's just, it really grosses me out. And the aftertaste is full flounder. This chocolate coated Rice Krispie treat. Oh. That is so good. The Snap Crackle Pop treat is very simple, basic, but the chocolate sort of had a dark, salted flavor to it that just balanced out the sweetness of the Rice Krispie perfectly. It is such a simple dessert, but it really works. And now the brownie. Ooh. Oh, I've been here before. I've been to the Cosmos. This tastes like a cosmic brownie. It's gone. I don't know about you, but I love Little Debbie's Cosmic Brownies. If you haven't had those, they have a processed flavor, but they somehow work. They have enough chocolatey richness to balance that out, and they have a very thick, almost doughy texture that your teeth can just sink right into, and they're just very satisfying. This tastes just like that. I think I'm gonna give this meal a 5 out of 10 because I did not like the fried chicken. The rice had some blubber in it, but I did like the wedges, and I adore the corn pudding, and I liked the desserts. I'm happy with it. This may be the meatiest, manliest meal so far. Oh! I got a bunch of shredded turkey in poultry gravy made by my beautiful wife, Justine. And then I also got a hard-boiled deviled egg and some barbecue ribs and some sausage and chicken paella. Also, I got a coconut pie and some chocolate pudding as well. Oh, yeah. I'm so hungry, I feel like almost shaky. So I'm just gonna start. First up, turkey and poultry gravy. You guys know I love turkey. I gotta be honest, this tastes better than most Thanksgiving dinners I've been to. I mean, I haven't been to a lot. A couple years back, my mom baked the turkey upside down, and when she tried to like cut into it, she was like, there's no meat on it. It's all bone. It was so funny. It is so tender. It is so salty. It's juicy. Hello, how are you? Good. Yes. Thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you. It's juicy, tender, salty, and the poultry gravy is just perfection. It has that simple kind of turkey flavor, but it just keeps everything super moist. It's so good. One of the other customers dropped a big cleaning thing. It's fine. I got a lot of turkey. It's already all gone. I'm gonna sleep well tonight, girlies. Is that a myth? Do turkeys actually make you tired? Who started that? Now let's try the deviled egg with paprika on it. It's almost sinister, but it's not quite there. I actually can't tell if it's good or if it's dark-sided. I think it's a little bit of both. It tastes like a normal deviled egg with the addition of a relishy sweetness to it, but it's very strong and it does kind of take over. Part of me hated it, but part of me loved it. It took a risk and it kind of paid off. Now let's try this sausage and chicken paella. Paella is typically served with seafood, so I've never actually had it because I don't like seafood that much, but this is chicken and sausage, so let's try it. That's good sausage. I like it. The rice tastes fresh. It is not giving Zatarans. It does have sort of a Cajun-y flavor to it that I'm loving. The sausage tastes like a more real Slim Jim, and I love Slim Jims, so I'm here for that. Now it's time to try the ribs. I have never had Golden Corral's ribs. Ribs are a pricier thing to make, so I'm like, I hope these are good quality. I hope they fall off the bone. We don't need clingy meat trying to hang on. I have a piece here. What's happening? Oh, wow. Those are good. So what's interesting is they do fall off the bone, but they're not tender. The meat is quite chewy, but it's not chewy in a gross way. It's fine. It doesn't ruin it, you know? The flavor of the meat tastes really clean and like a really good quality rib. It has crispy edges. The bones fall right out. And the barbecue sauce is really good too. Those are my bones. Dessert better slide, because so far this meal has been amazing. Let's try the chocolate pudding. You guys know I love pudding so much. I really do. And this is good chocolate pudding. It does taste a little bit better than instant pudding, but it doesn't taste like unique and amazing. It's simple chocolate pudding. It does the job and it's delicious. Now let's try whatever this is. I think it's a coconut pie, but I'm not sure. Who is this meal and why is it in Golden Corral? This is the best meal I've had yet. That coconut pie is so extremely light. It's lighter than whipped cream itself. It said whipped cream, you're weighing me down. So fluffy, so creamy. I am not even like a huge coconut person, but this is such a light, airy coconut flavor that I actually loved it. And the crust had that short breadiness again. It was not like that blueberry Pop-Tart crust. This was legit crust. Wow. I think this meal was a 10 out of 10. And it didn't even look that good. Let's be honest. You were probably thinking, Timmy, why'd you choose all those options? I chose them because they were gonna be delicious, and I knew that because I'm just like Raven. Day 7, the grand finale. Final day update. I'm actually feeling, first of all, stomach-wise, stunning, beautiful, radiant. Maybe it's Maybelline, maybe it's my stomach. But emotionally, I'm actually feeling a little sad, but also very accomplished. I did it! Well, almost. And I'm very proud of that. Has anyone ever done this in the history of humanity? I haven't seen them. If they have, let me know. But I may be the first. So that means a lot to me. Let's go have our final Golden Corral brunch. Oh! Now, this might be the saddest looking meal so far, so... I got some cheese grits because I haven't tried them yet. I also got some baked ziti type thing because I haven't tried it yet as well. And then I wanted to mix it up, get a little bit crazy, and I made some loaded breakfast fries. I got fries, scrambled eggs, sausage gravy, and cheddar cheese as well. And then for dessert, I got a chocolate covered strawberry and a little vanilla cupcake. This brunch is a little random, I'll admit, but I'm just trying to fill in the gaps of things I didn't try. And I also made a gorgeous creation. It is giving innovation, so I hope you realize that. Let's first try the cheese grits. You guys know I am not an expert in grits. I've only had grits very few times, mostly from Wawa. So let's try these cheesy grits. Tastes like Velveeta cheese sauce with like little grains in it. I know that all you grit stands are very protective over them, and I understand you. These probably aren't authentic, right? Hopefully they're not, because if they are, what's wrong with you? Yeah, just tastes like Velveeta sauce. There's nothing more to say. I don't want more of it because I feel like it's missing macaronis. Let's try this baked ziti. It seems to have meat in it, so we love that. It's giving full meal. I expected so much worse. It is so easy to make a flavorless marinara sauce. That's why most tomato sauces at restaurants are just so bland. And I'm not saying this is the most flavorful thing ever. It is simple, but it's bright. It has enough Italian seasonings, enough salt, and the meat tastes good. And the cheese on top is serving broiled pizza. I'm impressed by that. And now it's time for the main event, the loaded breakfast fries. So these aren't amazing, but they're not bad. The steak fries definitely taste a lot better with toppings. The eggs once again taste creamy. The gravy doesn't add much besides like a moisture, just a sauce that every loaded fry needs, you know. And the cheese adds more saltiness. So it is lacking flavor, but it's still enjoyable because it is potatoes with fun things on it. You know, like it's always gonna be decent. I just realized this plate has all the elements on it. Earth, potatoes, air, eggs, because chickens can fly now, water, the watery gravy, and fire, the bright orange cheese. Wow, look at me. Now let's try the chocolate coated strawberry. The strawberry itself is delicious, fresh, a burst of brightness, but the chocolate to me tastes like those kind of fake tasting chocolate melts. They don't really taste like chocolate. I'm assuming this is probably the same chocolate that they dip the Rice Krispie treats into, but that tastes so much better. Anyways, meh. Oh, little cupcake. How do you mess up a cupcake? Tell me! The frosting isn't the only issue here. The cupcake is its own problem. It doesn't have any cupcake flavor. It doesn't taste like cake. It just tastes, honestly, like granulated sugar in the form of a cupcake. And the same goes for the frosting. It just tastes like powdered sugar and nothing else. So that is one of the worst cupcakes I've ever had, girlies. This meal is very interesting. I think I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. I think it could have been a lot better overall, but I have a very fun plan for the final meal dinner tonight, so stay tuned. So I decided to have a greatest hits final dinner. I got a bunch of my favorite things that they had at the current buffet. So I got the barbecue chicken thigh, remember that? The mashed potatoes with gravy, the Bourbon Street chicken, oh my mouth watered. I got the pulled pork with the barbecue sauce and a slice of chocolate cake and a big blob of bread pudding. Oh, what a feast. So we've already taste tested all these gorgeous items. We have tried everything like Shakira. Let's just enjoy. Mashed potatoes and gravy. Huh. Timmy, slow down. Bourbon Street chicken. I'm sorry. Barbecue chicken thigh. Okay, the spell has been broken. For some reason today, that tastes a lot less flavorful, even though it seems to have just as much barbecue sauce on it. And the chicken texture and the skin is quite gummy and gooey. We're gonna ignore that and continue our delicious feast. Fly away. Pulled pork with barbecue sauce. Oh. And now, dessert. Chocolate cake. Oh my. Ugh. And bread pudding. Oh my goodness. That meal was truly groundbreaking. The ground under me is cracked. It broke. It was almost perfect, but thanks to the barbecue chicken, I have to give it a 9 out of 10 because it wasn't perfect. Future editing Timmy is going to calculate together all the 14 scores. He's going to average them out because he's a mathematician. This is the final score. What a week. What a moment most pleasing to my career. Literally. Also, voiceover Timmy is going to talk about price right now. Go. So in terms of pricing, half the time I did forget to, track what I was spending. And it turns out that the prices changed daily and based on location as well. So most of the brunches were around $15 and most of the dinners were around $20. So for brunch, 15 times 7 is 105 and dinner 20 times 7 is 140. So calculate those together. Bee-bop-boop, bee-bop-boop, bee-bop-boop. The final cost of the whole week was around $255. Which I think is actually amazing based on the amount of different menu items that I got to try. And of course, that is not including the cash tips. So, period. Well, that's it. It is time for my farewell. Reflecting back on this week at Golden Corral, I don't feel like the same cow that I was before. I feel like more of a Wagyu, something with a little more elegance and delicateness. So I am very grateful for this experience in the corral, and I will cherish it forever. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. There's a fly.